Hey everyone. So, if you've ever stopped and wondered exactly how these sprawling corporate empires manage to stay so agile, especially in a really specialized, fast-moving sector like automotive lighting, well, you're definitely in the right place. Today's explainer is all about unpacking a very clever, highly specific way that some families choose to structure their empires to maximize both their growth and, frankly, their clarity. Okay, let's dive right into this. How exactly does one family run two massive, entirely distinct companies at the very same time without the whole operation just turning into total chaos? Honestly, it's a genuine corporate puzzle. I mean, you've got separate manufacturing hubs, totally divergent product categories, and thousands of distinct investors to keep happy. So how do they keep the family DNA shared, but the actual business completely separate?
Well, the answer actually lies in a structure known as sibling-listed entities within one family group. Basically, this is when the exact same family runs two genuinely different companies simultaneously. But here's the real kicker, the thing that makes it unique. Each company sells its own completely separate shares on the public stock market. They absolutely share that core corporate DNA, but they operate as legally distinct entities.
To picture this, think of it kind of like two shops sitting side by side, right on the same street. Both are run by the exact same family, but each shop has its very own till. The money isn't just sloshing back and forth in one big communal bucket, right? The revenues, the expenses, and crucially, the public shareholders, they are kept entirely isolated from one another. And this brilliantly illustrates how things actually operate in the real world, specifically within the Indian automotive lighting industry. Take a look at the DK Jain family structure. On one hand, you have the market leader, Lumax Industries, operating as a sibling group company right alongside Lumax Auto Technologies. It's the exact same founding family, but two entirely different financial tills. Now, when we compare their actual focus, the reason for this separation becomes really obvious. You see, Lumax Industries is what we call a pure-play lighting company, zeroing in entirely on highly regulated, high-tech things like headlights and taillights. Lumax Auto Technologies, on the other hand, tackles diversified auto ancillary parts, stuff like plastic interior modules. Structuring them separately like this means investors can strategically choose exactly which slice of the market they actually want exposure to. So, the crucial point is, why does this all matter to someone analyzing the industry? Well, the big catch here is something called material-related party transactions. Because these sibling companies are, technically related, they do sometimes do business with each other. And as an analyst, you absolutely have to verify that the pricing terms are genuinely fair to the public shareholders. Basically, you're making sure deals aren't happening just because it's convenient for the family. And, this whole balancing act extends straight up to the executive level too. Take Anmol Jain, for example. He serves as the managing director of Lumax Auto Technologies while simultaneously holding a joint managing director role over at Lumax Industries. This kind of cross-entity leadership is super fascinating, but it also means you always have to assess management bandwidth. I mean, what happens when one individual has to split their focus across multiple sibling entities? Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. Does the immense benefit of deeply aligned, long-term family ownership actually outweigh the risks of divided management attention and these complex related party transactions? Honestly, it's the ultimate balancing act in corporate governance. Something to definitely chew on the next time you find yourself analyzing a sprawling family empire. Thanks so much for joining me today.